So my name is Caroline. I work on the whole of Iron Age daily life, from clothing, hygiene, jewelry, shoes, how to build a house, where people go to the toilets. Today I'll show you one of the everyday tasks that was absolutely necessary for the Iron Age people to stay alive. In our 21st century, it's very hard to understand the importance of keeping things clean. We have hand gel and all these other things, but we don't realize that doing the washing up is just the basic principle of staying alive. So if you are alive nowadays, it's because you are from a long line of people who are doing their dishes really, really well. The very first thing when you do the washing up, it sounds simple, but trust me, I need to say it. You need to make sure that what you will be using to do the washing up is clean. I will need some hot water and I need a brush or something to scrub with. We don't have much evidence of brushes in the Iron Age. There might be one from the east of France, from Bibracte, which is a piece of wood, very small piece of wood, with the holes and some of the bristles coming out of it. It could be a brush exactly like that. Sleeves up. We'll start by the tub. These brushes are very practical because up and down they will go in. So make sure you get everything. Big handful of salt, sprinkle it. It's an abrasive, it's a very hard crystal, so it will scratch the surfaces. And it's also something that is antibacterial. Salt is usually thought of as something really expensive, really hard to come by in prehistory. It really isn't the case, especially in the Iron Age. People were salt makers, salt producers, even in the UK. If you have any names in witch, for example, Droitwich, that means that there was a salt production at some point, usually the medieval ages, but for Droitwich, for example, it goes back thousands and thousands of years. And now, you scrub. Try to always scrub in the grain of the wood. I recommend to use boiling water to rinse it, or very, very hot water, simply because it will reveal the tannins of the wood. They are powerful antibacterials, and they are the reason why it works. You basically are scrubbing, scratching, really damaging the first layer of the wood. All the tannins that are inside come to the surface. So you create your own antibac from the material, which is why if you have wooden chopping boards at home, don't throw them away. They're really easy to clean by hand, but you can't put them in a dishwasher. So I'm much more confident working with woods and pottery rather than with plastic. There we go. Very quickly, wash the table as well. You are scrubbing, you're not pretending to scrub. You really are going for it. You need to crack that layer of wood. The things we will want to wash are, for a start, wooden things, the drinking vessels, your glasses, because they are usually the cleanest things. So these ones, we just drank water from them. There we go, a rinse, and then we can put them straight away in the hot water to warm up and get the nice tannins out. Very strangely, people think that there's no plates in the Iron Age, but we have at least one from Oakbank Crannoch in Scotland from the mid-Iron Age. Pinch of salt. Hot water. Really good scrub. I go in a circle first to really detach anything, and then I keep going with the grain. And really don't hesitate. The more you scrub, the more tannins you will get out. Don't forget to do the underside as well. If that's not clean, that's going to contaminate the underside of the plate, the inside of the plate there. Leave it to dry in the sun. It's antibacterial, it kills pretty much anything. Don't stack them and leave them damp. That's when they will go moldy. If it's made of horn, that's a potential sausage stuffer. Don't leave it in the water. If it's hot water, it can make it change its shape. That's dry now, but that's mare's tail. We usually call it the fossil plant or the dinosaur plant. It's full of silicates. Basically, it's your scrubby pad from prehistory. So you have pottery, that's really important to clean very well, especially as in the Iron Age. We do not have any glazes. Quite often it is burnished though. means it's polished with either your hands, a piece of cloth, a piece of leather, a pebble, something, but it does look quite shiny. It does look like that. When they are burnished, they're way easier to clean. They are burnished both inside and outside. So if I remove all of this, very, very smooth. So first thing, a really good rinse. That has been done. Lots of water, scrubby brush or mare's tail. Sprinkle salt, hot water, and really scrub the pot. Now, another problem is how to wash metal, because of course it gets rusty or it oxidizes really, really quickly. So we have 2 iron knives, one from Dainbury-Hillfort and one from Manching in Germany. Remember, if you put them in a sink, in a tub to wash them, put them in, wash them, take it out, dry them. Don't leave them in the water, and don't forget that sharp knives are in the water, otherwise you might put your hands through and that's when you cut yourself. I have a copper dish and I have bronze, say copper alloy. So when they oxidize, you get these blemishes. This is not very good for you. Same as rust, but with sand or crushed eggshell and a bit of vinegar, you can polish your knives and remove the rust, remove any of the blemishes on metal really, really easily. I actually love to use mare's tail for metal because as it's actually silicate, so it's a really, really hard crystalline structure, you might see that already, that actually polishes it. So it makes them shinier and shinier every time you wash them. Dry them straight away. These are the things you cannot leave to dry in the sun. So let's pretend that this dish doesn't contain water, but that it's actually melted fat and you want to get rid of it, and you know how it is. If you have ever cooked bacon, for example, it's everywhere. Try to melt it near or on the fire and use wood ash from your fireplace. Don't be shy, there's plenty of ash. You just, like flour, go around in a circle. Leave it for a while if it's a lot of fat for the ashes to actually absorb everything. That's pretty much the cleanest thing you can ever find. It has been in a fire for hours. It's, yep, there's no bacteria, no problem with it. And after that, I'll clean that dish. Same way, abrasive, water, hot water, etc., etc. Leave it to dry and you're done. And that's how to clean your dishes and stay alive in the Iron Age.